Hey guys, I wanted to go over this Eachine X73, kind of the setup, and show a flight video and what I've done to set it up. I know it's got a lot of bad reviews and say a lot of people say it's underpowered. It is underpowered, but for flying around the house and just kind of a fun little quad, it seems pretty good to me. I use this 600 milliamp 1S battery that I got off of Amazon, I think it was. It's Tattoo, Tattu. And these have been pretty good batteries. I use these with my QX90 and QX70, and I get pretty good flight time with these, and they go, it seems like a pretty decent battery over some of the other ones I have. And this flew pretty good on that battery. I tried a 300 milliamp battery and it wouldn't fly at all. It would get off the ground and then immediately drop. I guess it just didn't have enough power. And then I tried another 500 milliamp battery and I couldn't even get it into this holder here. I guess it just the way the battery was designed, it was a little too thick in the back end or one part to get it through there. But this is a pretty tight fit here on this battery cover. Beyond that, like I said, I think it flies pretty good indoors, but I'll show a flight video here at the end. But the first thing you're going to want to do, this is the Frsky version, so you're going to want to bind it. So there's a little bitty button right here on this top board. There's a button on the bottom board too. You don't want to press that one. You want to push this top one, and while you're holding that button down, power on your receiver, or I mean power on your quad. When you power it on, right here, there's going to be a little green light that comes on. So the green light should come on, because I've already bound it, so I'm not going to go through all that again, but you'll see the little green light there. There will be a little green light that comes on there when you're in bind mode. And then you're going to go into your Tyrannus, and you're going to go to your model, and you're going to go and make sure your mode is set to D8 for your model, and then go to bind and hit enter to start the bind. And then once it's bound, this green light will go out, and that tells you that it's successfully been bound. So the next thing that I want to go over is this little board. I don't know if it's an Arduino board or what it is, but this is going to plug into the USB port on your computer, and then this wire is going to plug into the side here. The pin side down. I think it only goes in one way. And then you're just so I attempted to put this on the Mac, my MacBook Pro, which is on Sierra, and it did not work. It would not recognize this. So there's a driver that you have to download, and I will put the link in the description for that driver. You have to download that, install it, reboot the computer, and then come in and it will recognize this board. So now I'm going to switch over to Betaflight. Okay, now that we're over in Betaflight, once you have installed the driver from the link that's in the description below, that will allow you to connect to the quad via the cable that comes with it, you'll have a connection option up here that's WCH USB serial 1420. You'll want to select that. This is only on the Mac. I'm sure it's like COM1 or COM something if you're on Windows, and there is a different driver, I'm sure. But anyways, once you've selected that, then you'll be able to connect to it after you flash it. So because it comes pre-installed with CleanFlight, some old version of CleanFlight, I think 1.9.1 or something, you'll want to go to Firmware Flasher, choose NAS for the board type, choose the latest version, which is dated February 7th of 2017, so 3.15. And then go ahead and load the firmware and flash the firmware. I'm not going to flash this because I've already done this. So the next thing I want to do is once you're done flashing it, go ahead and click the connect button and it will connect. You'll want to go ahead and calibrate the accelerometer. You'll want to go in, and since this is for the Frsky version, you'll want to go ahead and on UART2, turn on Serial RX, save and reboot. And then you're going to want to go to configuration and make sure brushed motors is checked here. I think by default it's one shot 125. And if you power on the quad without choosing brushed, the propellers will spin up. So make sure to change that. I set the minimum throttle to something fairly low. Save and reboot. And actually, before you save and reboot, go ahead and choose the serial-based receiver and S-Bus. I didn't make any other changes here. I'm going to research to see if I can update the gyro and PID frequencies to see what this board will support. But anyways, go ahead and save and reboot now. Go to failsafe. Make sure your failsafe is on. Drop. PID tuning, I haven't touched anything there yet. I'm going to research into that too to see if there's any better PIDs for this. And then on your receiver, go ahead and now you should be able to power on your receiver and power on your quad and power on your transmitter and come in here and change. You want to change a channel map to TAER 1234 or whatever you use on your Tyrannus. I think Tyrannus comes default TAER 1234. So then you just want to verify that your min on your roll pitch, yaw, and throttle, that your mins and maxes are 1,000, 2,000, and your midpoints are 1,500. Mine were not set, so I had to actually go into the Tyrannus and change the endpoints to get these set correctly. Change the endpoints in the sub trim to get these set right. The next thing you'll want to do is come into modes and on aux1 add your arm range, and then on aux2 add your air mode, angle, and horizon. I don't probably ever envision flying this in air mode, but you can enable that if you want. But anyway, so that's a setup for Betaflight and flashing it. Everything went pretty smoothly setting this up. I didn't have any issues. So now I'm going to go over and show some flight footage. Thanks. So a couple things I wanted to show real quick following the flight was the prop guard is broke. All this, like, honestly, I dropped it while I was jacking with the battery. I just dropped it from about waist high onto the tile floor and it snapped the prop guard. So obviously this is super cheap. I'll probably put a little dab of hot glue on there and just call it a day. The other thing, I crashed one time in a different flight, and the little pin that holds the camera on is now missing. I'll probably have to vacuum it up somewhere to find it. But it still seems to fly pretty good. I mean, as long as you're not crashing, the camera will stay on fairly well. So that I don't know if it's going to be that big of an issue. I might run a baby zip tie through there or something, try that. But that's about it. Other than that, I mean, it actually, at least in angle and horizon mode, fly pretty decent. I didn't really have any complaints. It seemed like it could get up and go whenever I was coming down the hall and stuff. But anyways, okay, thanks.